Hello everybody, so I want to do a tutorial on a card trick. I can't really do a performance because it requires a live spectator because it involves distraction. So basically the effect this is going to have is people are going to pick a card, it's a random selection, they're going to put it on top, and then it's going to appear face up in the deck. And again, I made this one up. I love making up card tricks. But like I said, it involves some distraction. So what you want to do first is just say, alright, go ahead and tell me when to stop, and then whenever there's a stop, break it off, give it a shuffle, again, tell me when to stop, alright. And then you can also do something like, alright, tell me when to stop, alright, and do a couple, 2 or 3 of those, and then say, tell me when to stop, and cut, again, cut, and again, and again. Alright, and now go ahead and tell me when to stop. And then they pick their card, they look at it, 8 of diamonds in this case, and put it on top. So now what you're going to do is you're going to say, alright, so you had me put it, or stop wherever you wanted for each shuffle, 2 or 3 of those. I didn't do a riffle force or anything and force you to cut off at some point. Then you cut the deck, you told me where to stop to cut the deck several times. And finally you had me stop and tell me where you wanted your card from. And during this time, their card, which is on top, the 8 of diamonds, what you're going to do is you're going to slide it off and underneath the deck like that. So they're hopefully not going to notice that because you're just like hanging out with the cards in your hand, gesturing, and so, and also this hand provides cover, so once the card is slid beyond here, you're basically home free. And beyond here, you just have to be very careful while you're pulling it down so that it doesn't go like this, for example. Those noises will alert them that you're doing something with the cards. So you want to do it very slowly and as quietly as possible with little or no movement visible. It can be tricky to get it without any sound, but you want to just get as little as possible. And then once you're done with telling them how fair it is, that's just a general principle. Telling them how fair something was is a great opportunity to do something sneaky. So then you're just going to cut the deck and show that you're not holding any breaks. Their card is buried in the deck. And then you can do some like really fast or tight shuffles. One that I've seen it looks something like this. Very hard to see that there's a face-up card. So then you can do that. Tell them that their card is really lost in the deck. And then you can do whatever you want, snap your fingers or make up a little story of how that card is different or whatever, and then spread it out. And your card is the only face-up card in the deck. So I made that one up. It's a pretty neat effect. But you just have to be careful about that noise aspect. And if they're like hunched over, watching the cards in your hand as you're talking about how fair it was, you might want to just switch over to another card trick like the one I did in my last video with, or couple videos, no, last video I think, with the one with the riffle force or whatever. You can do an overhand shuffle and my own invented riffle force. to make them pick a card. Or something. You don't want to try to do that card trick while they're watching the cards. You don't want to try to do that sliding move while they're watching the cards, because then they'll notice and it'll be a really bad trick. So you want to make sure that while you're talking, they're looking at your eyes or your face or whatever, you know, a bird or something, whatever. So once you're here, it's pretty much okay if they look. It's just you have to be really careful if they're looking, and quiet too. And so something like that. And another thing is you need to watch this corner here as it comes in. So you'll probably want to do it something like, and then just square up the deck like that. And then their card is on the bottom. So, yeah, I hope you guys have fun with this trick, and I'll see you next time.